Hey lovely humans, coming at you with a morning thought, just reflecting on my day yesterday, which was a Sunday. And I was really hard on myself yesterday. I was having one of those high anxiety days where I woke up just feeling like I was a million miles behind where I wanted to be in life. I was like, I need to be saving more. I need to be renovating more and like more actively doing projects around the house. I, need to keep eating healthier and like cooking cooking more variety and being even more present with all of my relationships, friendships, marriage, like just anything you could think of in terms of like the spectrum of human experience. I was like, you're not doing enough. You're not doing good enough. You're not where you're supposed to be. And I was just feeling so much like, I think a lot of fear of like shit, like I'm behind, I'm not doing good enough, like I'm scared of change, I'm scared of things changing. And I mean, I got to a point where I was feeling a little bit more grace for myself at the end of the day, and it's probably because my anxiety drove me to actually like act and do stuff to help soothe that part of me that felt like I was a lazy bum. But this morning I woke up and was just reflecting, and I think that's that mindset of mine. It comes from this place of like getting to some kind of destination, right? Like I'm not good enough yet. There's still so much more I need to do to feel okay or like I'm in the right place. I don't know. And of course, I was talking to my husband as I was working through all this yesterday, and he was like, and we kind of both got to the point of like, well, that's life though. Like, oh, this is what I said. I said, every time I feel like I get good at life, doing life, lifing, it gets harder again and I feel behind. And it's like that, rolling the rock up the hill just for it to roll back down and do it all over again. And he's like, but that's life. Life is a constant cycle of learning something new, growing, kind of getting to that point of like comfort, and then putting yourself in that discomfort, that growth zone, to be able to grow again. And what I'm feeling, I guess, right now is not being in my comfort zone, and that produces anxiety and fear and a lot of that ego stuff of comparing myself to other people and where they're at in their stages of life. And it's like, no, like just cut out all that noise. Remember that life is it's a journey. It's not a destination. Obviously we all die one day. I guess that's the destination maybe. But am I trying to rush my way to death? No, it's going to come no matter what. And it might not come when I want it to come. So I just need to keep enjoying the process, right? Like each day, each year, you become more you. You learn more new things about yourself. I've met people I never would have thought I'd meet in this lifetime, felt love in ways that I never thought I would feel love and acceptance, and becoming more me with every day. And I think what I felt a lot yesterday too was like kind of grief and shame about how much work I still feel like I have to do, especially on loving myself first, beyond, and not letting sort of these external things get to me in my sense of self and self-worth. And I think that's just because I've been feeling generally really good about life, about myself and all that I've accomplished and how I've grown, and feeling more me and embracing myself more fully with every day. And so to be reminded of like, shit, I still have high anxiety days where I find myself comparing myself to, the best versions of other people and how to do things in life. And I'm letting myself attack my own self-worth and sense of self and tell myself you're not good enough. And if these things change or you don't get that job or this person leaves you, then that's an indicator that you're not good enough. And it's like, no, I can't be doing that. Well, I can, and I did. And that's okay. Like we have those days, and it was a day. I got past it. I worked through it. I went to sleep feeling better about things. And that doesn't negate all the work that I've already done. And I think that's the part that was giving me the grief, and just feeling like whenever I have a bad moment or a difficult moment, a moment where I'm not operating the way I want to be operating, it feels like I've slid all the way back into that, into that hole that I've worked so hard for so long to get out of. And yeah, it's just wherever you are today. I don't know if this is something you've been feeling, but I want to extend the same grace to you that I'm trying to extend to myself. Like, we're not perfect humans. No one is. And we're all going about this life imperfectly. And I don't know if there's ever a point where you one day wake up and you're like, I've done everything I need to do. We're all good. Like, I'm a perfect, like, stable, present, but also driven, healthy, connected person. Like, I doubt that there's a point. And you know what? I don't want to get to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm done. Like maybe really late stage retirement. But even still, like, I guess that's the point of life being interesting, right? Like, you're constantly in that push and pull of, I want to get here, and how do I get there? And I want to become this person, or know myself even better. And yeah, it's hard. And and I think that cycle of like, I'm not doing enough, I need to do everything. I'm not doing enough, I need to do everything. I find that also leads to burnout for me sometimes too, because I'm like, I haven't done enough. And then it's like, okay, you need to like go full force and do 1,000 things and like go 100% on all aspects of life. And then I realize, oh shoot, I think I'm overcommitted. I think this is a lot. And then I get down on myself that I feel like I can't handle everything that I've put on my plate. And so I'm trying to take this moment to be like, you know what? You feel the way you feel right now. You're feeling discomfort. This means you're in a stage of growth in life. You don't need to take that feeling and then get super reactive and do a million things and like shame yourself into a new like routine. Just give yourself some grace. You're on the right track. Put your head down, do the things you feel like you need to do, but no one hated themselves into true improvement. And just because you have more work to do doesn't mean that you haven't already done good work. That's the thing that I really want to remind myself. You've already done good work. You've made so much progress. You're doing life. You're life in it. It's like, it's coming along. And you can't expect, you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient with life, with yourself. And just trust that whatever happens, you have you. Things happen for a reason. If you don't get a job, if a relationship unravels or changes, sometimes it's not even a reflection of you. That's the thing. You get to choose what that means to you and what you want to do with it. You can choose to say, I didn't get that job, so I'm a terrible career professional and I shouldn't have applied for that job and I'm not good enough and blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, okay, I wasn't the best candidate maybe. It wasn't the right time. There'll be another opportunity. And that's a lot more helpful, right? It's a lot more helpful to spin it that way. Yeah. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, folks. We all have our moments, and this is one of mine. And we work through all of that discomfort. It's a reminder of our humanity, that we feel all things. This life isn't easy. And even when in those moments when it's not feeling easy, it means you're doing the work. It doesn't mean that you're not doing enough or something's necessarily even wrong. This is just part of the process. You gotta trust the process. Yeah. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that window into me, calming my own anxieties. Have a good one. See you in the next one, and have a wonderful week ahead. I was just reflecting a little bit more on the video I just filmed, and I want to explore what it means if I don't have it all figured out. Because I think a lot of my fears and anxieties come from that feeling of like, if I don't have it all figured out, I don't feel safe in my body, in my life. I feel it's destabilizing. It's like, if I don't have it all figured out, that means there's some things that are unknown, uncontrollable, perhaps, that I don't feel like I'm prepared for yet, or I don't know how to handle. Or if I don't have it all figured out, that means I'm missing something. I'm not on top of things in the way I want to be, or I feel others are. Because, right, how do we figure out if we've got it figured out, or I don't know, we're on top of things? It's often by comparing ourselves and our journeys to other people. And it's like, okay, so what does that mean? If I don't have it all figured out, in reality, what does that mean? Does that mean, probably means I might have to ask for help, ask for advice. I might have to figure things out as I go, reflect on things, take time to process, to continue to check in with myself, to ask myself how I'm feeling about something, to push and work and be driven and determined to inch closer to maybe some of that knowingness, but trust, I guess, that I will get there, that I will get closer to truth and to clarity and to, I don't know, improvement in whatever aspect I'm seeking. Is that a bad thing? No. That's just doing the process, right? I think maybe that bad thing, or that scary thing, or that fearful thing that I'm thinking about is being in progress. I guess I think I don't like feeling in progress, like I'm a work in progress. I want to feel like this neatly packaged present that already has the bow on it, that's ready to go, and it's like, here's Lana. She's got everything figured out. She's on top of all her shit. She doesn't need anything. Like, she's good. She's self-contained. She's cool as a cucumber, you know? She doesn't get overexcited or overwhelmed or whatever. And it's like, but that's boring. It's so boring, and that's not authentic. And yeah, like, that's life, okay? I need to remind myself I am here to have a journey. Like, yeah, you're here to be in progress constantly. And just because, and by that definition, being in progress doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. If anything, you're doing something right. You are committed to that journey. You're committed to being a work in progress. And yeah, you're plopped here on this earth to grow, to go on this adventure. And I think I have this twisted mindset that to be worthy, to be valuable, or to be enough, I need to be like perfect already, or yeah, I don't know. I can't be in progress. I've got to be better than that or something. And it's like, no, I don't think anyone can escape that as much as you want to, as much as you'd like to. Unfortunately, fortunately, there's no escaping it. You are just as human as everybody else on this earth. How humbling is that? You're not going to escape that process. And like, thank God, you know, I've gone through so many different phases of my life where I'm like, you know, that was cool while it was there. Some of it was not very fun. And I'm glad that life drives on and we start a new chapter, enter a new phase of our life. This is just another, I think I'm just in this like transient period, I guess. And yeah, I'll get there. I'll figure out what's next. Honestly, this is just another example of how these videos are just so helpful for me too. I like to process out loud. I mean, I journal my fair share, but it's just different to verbally say something. I think sometimes it helps ingrain things a bit deeper inside me. It's like having a mantra, right? Like if you say something out loud enough times, you'll probably start to believe it. And there's only so many times I can talk about I'm scared of this and I don't know. I need to give some people's ears a rest. Work things through on my own sometimes too, but yeah. I hope that wherever you are in life, if you're feeling the same things, just know that you're not doing anything wrong. This is just a part of the process. You're on this earth to be a work in progress. Yeah. You're doing okay. You're doing what you need to do. If you feel scared, if you feel uncomfortable, you feel anxious, you're in a point of not knowing certain things, some things are up in the air, maybe you feel in limbo. That's how I feel a little bit right now about a few things. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's going to happen with them yet, or I don't know how I feel about it entirely yet. And that can be tough to accept that I don't know right now. I don't know right now, but I will eventually. And whatever that answer is, it's gonna be okay. I will handle it. We will figure our way through it. There's only through, not around. Whenever we try to avoid that discomfort, we're trying to go around. And I think normally that means prolonging the pain and suffering. So it's okay. It's okay if you need to have a good cry, you know. It's okay if you feel overwhelmed sometimes, and then you have a moment of feeling like this is too much. I feel overwhelmed. But you can find your way back to the grace. You have it for other people, so you can find your way back to it for you. It's often harder because we know ourselves inside and out, and that includes the flaws and the beauties. So, it's Monday morning! You got this! Say it with your full chest. You have got this. You're on the right track. See you in the next one.